Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is going to be a short one. You know how decants, those of you who use decants, swap decants, try fragrances a lot, are used to buying, fragrances like this. And ever so often it happens that the top starts smelling a little bit fishy. And it's such a turnoff, and even if the smell doesn't land on your skin, it's mostly on the plastic. There seems something chemically, seems to happen when the plastic meets some kinds of juices. Not all. Very seldom do I find that this happens with like strong, deep, heavy, ambery type fragrances, but more so with like freshies, citrus fragrances, floral, like musks, lighter floral fragrances. And you never really know when it's going to happen, and it really bothers me. And I think I would, give friends more fragrances if I knew that there was no risk of this happening. And anyway, I got sent, this was happening to one fragrance. I actually gave the bottle, I had a fragrance called Pegaso from Etro. It's an Italian designer brand. They sell really expensive clothing, but the fragrances aren't that bad. They're actually really good value for money. I think you should look into this house if you haven't already. But I didn't wear it a lot. I found it like a masculine freshie, kind of a lot of cedar wood, some citruses. I'm sure it had like musk and something else in the base, maybe a slight bit earthy, woody. I can't remember exactly the fragrance, but I saved a little squirt for myself, and I gave the bottle away to my brother-in-law since I didn't wear it. And then I noticed that it was getting the fishy smell, and I'm like, ugh. And then I had a few. Sometimes I also find it satisfying just to use things up, and I had a squirt left of the fragrance Caban from YSL, which is like a kind of a sweet, like almond, a little bit almondy tonka fragrance. And I felt like it had a little bit of a plasticky vibe, and I just wasn't 100% with it. Like I wouldn't buy a bottle of it. I found it quite nice, but a little heavy and sweet maybe. So I thought I'd just mix these two, and then I noticed that the fish thing kind of went away when I started spraying it through with those two mixed together. And I found it like semi-interesting, but not super interesting. And then someone sent me a decant of Fragonard's Fleur d'Oranger, their orange flower. And I find that a lot of brands have a Fleur d'Oranger. Labo has one, Malone has one, Prada has an infusion, the one in their infusion series called Infusion de Fleur d'Oranger. But Fragonard's is not good. I don't recommend it. All these other three that I mentioned, I recommend. I think they're really nice orange flower, orange blossom fragrances that really focus on that orange blossom note. But this also smells like, this one smells like kind of like cleaning. It also smells like fish. That's what I was going to say. This actual decant, like right away. Plus, I don't like the fragrance itself. But it is hard to say when the decant smells bad. So, but I just sprayed it on now just to kind of remind myself what I didn't like about it. Okay, this smells cheap to me. This smells like Mediterranean hotel cleaning detergent to me. It's not a perfume. It's more like, it's really sharp. It's really sharp, and like all the notes are on top. There's nothing under. I haven't even checked the notes for this particular fragrance, but never mind. But I decided to keep adding different fragrances to this little personal mixture yesterday. And I thought, I might come up with something that makes it wearable and that will take care of the fish problem. So I put, and then I used some of this Fleur d'Oranger because I wanted to sort of get rid of some of it because I'm not going to wear it. But I thought maybe since it only has top notes and has a problem on the bottom, it would work together with other fragrances, like that real sweetness and almondiness and tonka bean from Caban, with the woody aspects of Pegaso. And I just thought I'm gonna put in. So I put in like kind of a lot of this Fleur d'Oranger. Still wasn't happy with it. Kept spraying it, and I thought that really it just shoots, those top notes just shoot through like they're really sharp arrows. Not very not soft to the nose at all. But then I had a few drops left of this tiny decant of mine from Widian. it's an Arabic house, Widian, Widian, and they have a fragrance called Black 2. And this fragrance smells to me like, it smells good. It smells like a good designer. It smells like a designer made from really good ingredients. I think they're way, way overpriced, kind of boring fragrances, but it's not bad. But I think it was a little bit too boring to wear it by itself. So I put that 1 milliliter that I had left, maybe even a little bit less in here as well. So then it's starting to fill up, but I still wasn't happy with it because that Fleur d'Oranger was still kind of taking over. And then I thought, okay, too many top notes. What does it need? It needs more base notes. So I decided to add like 10 sprays of Musc Ambergris from the Affinessence Collection Note du Fond, which means base note collection. This series is all kind of based on base notes. They have a sandalwood one, they have one, God, I can't remember all of them, but this particular one focuses on ambergris with musk. And it smells like unwashed hair, pretty much. But it's really nice to layer it with other fragrances. I've gotten compliments for this layered with Honor from Amouage. So I just thought, maybe just experiment, because this was a weird swap. This is a swap. I didn't pay full price for this. These are really expensive. These at this Affinessence brand. They had them in Split when I was in Croatia. I saw them there, but this one came from a swap. So I added some of that, and I added 2 sprays of Patchouly from Profumum Roma, which is a really heavy, deep, dark patchouli with a little bit of a chocolatey feeling to it. And now I'm kind of like liking the result of this, but there's a little bit of space left. I might actually put some more patchouli in there or something more a little bit sweet, because in the opening, that Fleur d'Oranger, that orange blossom, still kind of cuts through a little bit too much. But it's so much better, and it's so much fun. That's what I wanted to get to. So I'm not only like using up little tiny, like irritatingly small amounts of different fragrances that I'm kind of like a little bit on the fence about, like I don't love them on their own, kind of clearing out at the same time as I'm experimenting and learning about notes and how they work together. So I just kind of wanted to share with you the fun of it, the fun of that. So yeah, I've actually written down just so that I will, because I won't remember, like in 2 weeks, I won't remember what I put in there. I just want to see that I didn't forget anything. No, I did also add a little tiny speck of Fille de Dieu from Etat Libre d'Orange, which is like a fragrance that has a little musk, a little rice. It's a rice fragrance. And I thought it's nothing special, but I didn't like hate it. And the tag was sort of coming off the decant, and I didn't want to pass it on to someone else because it was too little really to give it to somebody. So that is also in here. I'm getting, but there's a hint of the fishiness here still. I really, really hate that. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything you can do? Do any of you guys know what to do about this fish problem? Can you wipe them off with something? I'm sure you can maybe transfer to a different decant brand, but like the decants I recently bought, I know that they sometimes smell like fish, but like never have I noticed it with a fragrance like this type of fragrance. So I know it's always safe, like to share ambers and like heavier fragrances. But otherwise, yeah, I just wanted to share that. That was great fun, great fun. Have you experienced it all with like layering inside a bottle? Let me know.